welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Hi, if you are new, my name is Hanni. If you'd like to join the fam, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and become part of the fam, because if you ain't part of this fam, you ain't popping, period. Okay, anyways, today's video, today's video is basically going to be about my journey, or how I've been dealing, or how my life has changed since I got robbed. If you haven't watched my video, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 months ago, I did a story time video on how I got robbed. And yeah, so if you haven't watched that video, then please go watch that video before you come back to this video. But anyways, watch that video and then come back. But if you are here and you've already watched that video, then stay tuned, and I'm gonna tell you more about like my experience after getting robbed and how I've been dealing with it and all of that. Okay, so if that's something you'd like to know, then stay tuned and let's get into the video. Okay, so guys, this video is not a video where I'm like, I'm a specialist, or I'm trying to be a specialist or whatsoever. This is basically just a video on my experience and how I've dealt with this situation. So I have a few notes here, so I'm gonna be looking through it. But yeah, this is basically from my perspective of how I felt or how I dealt with the situation after getting robbed. I know it's gonna be different for other people. Like, not everyone's gonna go through the same thing as I did, and this might not be the advice you might get from a psychologist. So disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not an expert. This is not like a field of expertise or whatever. This is just coming from my experience, how I dealt with it, and yeah. So the first thing I would like to talk about is maybe the aftermath. So basically how or what happened right after the robbery ended. So like basically immediately after the robbery. So my first reaction to that was like, no, after the robbers just left or whatever, my first reaction to that was like, oh my goodness, it's over. Like, man, it's over, they're gone, it's done. Like the fear, the anger, or like me feeling scared, or having the whole situation, like getting robbed and everything, it's over now, right? Yeah, that was my first kind of emotion, was that it was over. And with it being over, it was like, oh gosh, we survived. Like, man, nothing serious happened. Like, I didn't get injured, luckily. Nobody got injured, and we survived. There was no serious injury, right? Okay, so as you are thinking of that in the same as I was thinking of that in the same time, I'm also thinking, oh man, like you're kind of in shock. Like you are I wasn't necessarily saying I was shivering, but like the shock was there. You were like, oh shit, what just happened? Like, did this just happen? Is this real? And it's like all those emotions of like, oh man, what could I have done differently? And then you're so angry and you're like, why did I do that? I mean, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this. Like, I shouldn't have ran out to open the door. I should have just stayed inside. Like, all of those emotions, and you are still scared. Like, I'm still scared, I'm feeling relieved. It's like there's so much happening, and you are angry at yourself, or I don't know, you're just angry. Like, yeah, that's basically the first aftermath, or the first feelings of emotion that I went through. The next thing I would like to talk about is like the morning after the robbery. So our robbery happened like late at night, so around 12 o'clock. So basically you didn't have like a day to live through it, but like, yeah, you had to sleep, right? You had to go to sleep. So the morning after that, my experience was that you just felt tired. Like, you're just tired. You are trying to fall asleep. Like, I'm trying to sleep, but then I can't really sleep. I will sleep for like 30 seconds and then I'll wake up again. So it's like I'm tired because I was unable to sleep the previous night because of the whole thoughts going through my mind and just thinking, oh shit, my phone is gone, my hearing aid is gone. Like that whole experience is like, yeah, you're just sleepless, you can't get sleep, and then you're also feeling alone and frightened. So luckily for me, like I didn't feel that alone, just because when we got robbed, I wasn't alone. I was with my friends. When I got robbed, so I didn't feel that alone, but I felt a little bit frightened, and like the loneliness was there, but it wasn't to the point of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I did feel lonely, but not lonely. That makes sense, because I was with someone, I wasn't alone. And then also, like the thing is that being lonely only lasted for so long, because like obviously my friend had a life, she had her own home to go back to, so she couldn't obviously stay there with me for like so long. So when she left, it's kind of when it hit me like, oh, now I have to deal with this experience on my own, right? So when she left, it's when it actually hit me, and I'm like, oh man, I need to leave this on my own. Okay, so when she left, a few hours later, I think one of my friends, no, like a bunch of my friends, so like Bekama, Grace, and Vicky, hope I didn't leave anyone out, but yeah, they came to visit me, and for me, like being with them, it was kind of like, you know, you get your mind of things. You somehow want to talk about the situation like all the time. You want to explain to people, tell them what happened, like your colleagues, like this is what happened, like that's what I was doing. Like I just consistently wanted to talk about it, and they were there to actually get my mind off things and not to necessarily think about it as much. And but when they left, it's like when people come to visit you, you are like able to get the thing off your mind, right? But when they leave, it's like it kind of gets lonely, and you get scared, and you get all emotional, and I used to cry sometimes. I don't know if that's now depression or whatever the issue was, but like, yeah, I couldn't live on my own for a while as well. So I had someone living with me at the moment, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this person. You know who you are. I'm so grateful. Thanks. But yeah, I didn't have to live on my own for like a month or so, and that was really nice for me, and that helped me a lot, because sometimes I just couldn't sleep even at night, and I'll just get like nightmares and dreams, and you're just scared. And I was still living at the same place, but yeah, so eventually I had to move from the place. But before I could move, you know, I was living there, you know, and then from there, one of the things that I used to do as well, it's like I would eat for no reason. Like I'm not hungry, right? But I'm just eating. Like I don't know what was with that, but yeah, I just used to eat food. But and then again, I don't know why I didn't gain weight. Like girl is trying to gain weight. Okay, I've been trying to. Okay, not anymore. But back then I used to try gaining weight. But I used to eat, and I would still not gain weight anyways. But yeah, I used to eat to cope with the situation. I know some people go in the story of not eating, and yeah, for me, I used to eat, and I know some people don't eat. And then the only other thing was like, oh gosh, what if they come back? So like you used to religiously lock the house, like extra lock, like extra security, you know, just to feel secured, to like, because you are afraid these people are gonna come back. Yeah, I'm thirsty. Let me drink some water, guys. Now I want to get into kind of like advice, like what would I advise somebody else going through this situation with me? What is something that you can do to help you? Because this worked for me, and it might work as well for you. So the first thing is talk through your feelings. Like you need to find someone that you trust. If it is a psychologist, do it. If you need to go pay a psychologist to talk to, do it. I didn't do that, but I had a lot of friends, like I said, that would come visit me, and I had someone to vent to. So it can be a psychologist, it can be a friend, it can be your mom, it can be your siblings, it can be your colleague, anybody you trust. Okay, so vent to them about your feelings, share your experience if you feel like it. If you are feeling sad, have someone on dial, someone you can call and reach out to and say, hey, I'm feeling this way, or something like that. Like, have someone to talk to. It helps a lot with your feelings. It's you don't need to keep your feelings inside like all the time. It's not good for you to always keep feelings in and not expressing how you are feeling and stuff like that. So why do I keep looking at myself? Express your feelings, get someone to talk to, and the next thing is get back to your normal routine. The worst thing you could possibly do is lock yourself in a house, not see people, or just start drinking all the time and stuff like that. But we'll get to drinking, but just if you were somebody that used to work out every Wednesday, whatever kind of routine you had, do that. Like, don't just being in the house and doing nothing. Go out, live experiences, visit friends, work out. If you're somebody that works out, still go to work. Do not stay away from home. It's gonna be hard, you're gonna get depressed sometimes being around other people and so, but it's also gonna be hard to just be walking around and stuff like that. So work out, do something. Don't just sit at home. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted because my neighbor keeps looking at me from the window. The window is open. I can't close it because of the lighting. The next thing, or the third advice I would give to someone is, like, do not drink. Okay, do not drink to try getting to kind of get rid of the emotions or whatever. Like, that's probably the worst thing you can do. Like, I know some people used to like to go to alcohol to kind of deal with situations, but when you are drinking alcohol, you are not necessarily dealing with the situation. You are just numbing yourself to feeling the emotions that you need to be feeling in order for you to heal. So for you to heal, you kind of need to feel the emotions, and going to alcohol is just gonna make that process much more longer, because you will never be able to deal with it. You'll just be putting the emotions away on the side. And then the next thing is to be practical. If you don't feel safe in that place, move to another location. If you have the money to buy new security, make your fence longer, or I don't know, walk around your security, do that. But just don't just sit back and do nothing. If it means moving to 3 houses before you feel that comfort and that safe, do it. I had to move twice, okay? Like, since my robbery, I moved twice, and at the moment I feel safe. Like, I feel like where I'm living right now, it's safe. But where I was before, I wouldn't say I didn't feel safe, but it wasn't the best environment for me either. So I moved again. So move as much as you need to. Do whatever it needs to heal. Feel your emotions. It's okay to feel emotions, guys. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and let's get to talking, discussing how you dealt with situations like getting robbed or whatever situation you've been through. Let's talk. Let's have an open platform and talk about these things, because sometimes we need to talk about our emotions in order to deal with certain things. Give this video a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. If you're watching this video, we've probably already reached 500 subscribers, so we are on our way to 1K subscribers. So please subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a new video. I post new videos on this channel every Wednesday. So thank you for tuning in, and bye. Stay tuned for more videos. Mwah.